From Wall Street to Main Street, this is Lalate.
It's a big night of evenings Lalate as the push for fourth stimulus checks, monthly stimulus checks, heats up with economic news that came in this morning, and it was all through the roof. Unemployment claims dropped to their lowest level since the start of the pandemic, spurred by new job growth in California and Virginia. Also, the consumer retail sales numbers the month before fell 3%. Last month, soar. How high did they soar? I'll have all the details as well. Meantime, third stimulus checks, more will be landing today and this weekend. What's going on? Also, plus-up stimulus checks. 700,000 of them are going out later this week. Are you going to plus up? Or are you going to plus minus? Also heating up is that $6,000 stimulus check that Ron Wyden wants to give you starting in September to protect you going forward, and this could be an annual benefit, and it applies to Uber and Lyft drivers especially. Also making news, the student loan debt forgiveness, the $50,000 of student loan debt forgiveness, the $1,700 of financial aid, and the big business grants. In this recording, we go over all the big news that happened today. Also, we'll take a look inside of the car that could change the future of the of the EV market. This is a purely electrical car that we've never seen before. Who is it by? We'll look back at what happened with Bitcoin, with crypto today, and whether crypto or tech was doing better. We'll look at those incredible numbers from the retail sales numbers and how it compares to the situation across the board. Meantime, COVID cases are surging, but unemployment numbers are dropping to the best level ever seen since March of this pandemic. And this was spurred with a drop significantly of unemployment claims continuing, and California led the way. Big exciting news, and this is part of our new extended lineup of programming tonight. Following this one is another show in 2 hours, but let's get right to it as the big night starts right now with the latest breaking details from Wall Street to Main Street, from my home to your home. This is the start of a big show tonight on Evenings LLA. Good evening, everybody. It's Evenings LLA. And a week ago today, we had seen the highest rise of unemployment claims that we had thought we would see for a long time. But that changed this morning as new numbers came in. This is what it looked like a week ago today. A week ago today, unemployment claims were expected to drop. They were 728 the week before that. And Wall Street a week ago said we're going to improve to 694. We didn't. We got worse, substantially worse a week ago today, 744. Today, we went the other direction. And shockingly, the best numbers we have seen since the pandemic started. 744 last week, new unemployment claims. What came in this morning? 576. OMG. Wall Street expected us to come in at 710,000 new unemployment claims today. We came in at 576. The best number, the lowest number since March of 2020 when the pandemic started. How are ya? That's singularly the best number I have ever reported on this channel, because this channel started in April, started a month after the pandemic hit. And boy, it's just jaw-dropping. In tonight's recording, we have a lot of great news across the board. I'll be covering monthly stimulus checks and fourth stimulus. I'll be covering plus-up checks, third stimulus checks, student loan debt forgiveness, $1,700 of financial aid. I'll also be covering the big news about the business grants, a look into an exciting new EV car that could change the markets across the board, details about crypto, and details about tech. This is a big recording, and it's not just one. It's the first of two. Another show coming up in 2 hours from now. So if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video and consider becoming a member, as this channel now expands its programming with that new LLA late night show every night tonight, starting tonight. And away we go. Let's go first to third stimulus check. Third stimulus check got a couple exciting great news today and yesterday. First, we learned yesterday that 2 million third stimulus checks of $1,400 were sent out on Wednesday, and that it included people not who are veterans. Wow. So 300,000 of them were veterans, and the remainder of the 2 million were non-veterans. So who got the 2 million checks yesterday and this week? These are people who had not used the non-filing tool or had not filed their tax return. Also, great news about those mail checks. You are still getting mail checks. They're coming over 2 weeks late. So don't worry, they're still coming. Stay positive. And then we had plus-up check announces today. You know, every time I say plus-up check, I know what you're thinking. Oh, I'm going to get more moolah. As Sir Lloyd would say, more moolah? No, it's really one of the worst expressions they could possibly give for a term, because it sounds like you're getting $1,400 like $200 plus $200 or $1,400 plus $300. No, it means you're getting just $1,400. What? That's not plus up, that's equal. Yeah, it should be called equal checks. How does this work? Well, for people who did not get a full stimulus check of $1,400, they're getting the plus to get them to $1,400. Yeah, bad term. Not my term, it's IRS's term. So 700,000 plus up checks are being sent out this week. So if you did not get a full $1,400 stimulus check, congratulations, now you are. It's based upon the comparison of your most recent tax return, 2020, which shows you qualify for a full stimulus check, while the prior didn't show a full stimulus check at all. Well, let's get now to that exciting great news about those monthly fourth stimulus checks. Let's jump into the graphic right away to understand what's really at issue. Here we go. Let's see this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now, this is if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or Railroad Benefits. This is for you. Any updates about SSI? Yeah, this is your update. Big moolah. This is your SSI, SSDI update, your big moolah. If you are an individual who makes less than $75,000, this is also you. If you're a married couple who make less than $150,000, this is you. And if you're a veteran, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or Railroad Benefits, this is all you. What you're looking at right here is a potential payout under the fourth stimulus package. Let's go over the big exciting details one at a time. First, there's House members and there's senators. I think the viewers of this channel, based upon the videos of this channel, have become very educated to understand the differences between the two bodies and what their proposals are. The House members, who are junior members, want to pay you a stimulus check through the pandemic per month, plus 1 year after the pandemic's over. The senators want to give you a stimulus check to the end of December. Who are the members? Well, the House members are generally junior members of the House, and the senators are senior members of the House. Senior members of the Democratic Party, where the House members are junior members of the Democratic Party. And here's the monthly payout differences. The House members want to pay you $2,000 for the first month and $1,000 per month through the pandemic, plus 1 year. The senators, we don't know their monthly amount. But this is what word on the street is saying. Word on the street says this: $2,000 a month or $1,400 a month is what those senators want to pay you from July to December. Oh my God. Look at this money. Look at this money. $8,400 for a single person, $12,000 for a person. Look at this money. This is huge. This is the single biggest payout we have ever seen on this channel. Purple Power, do your thing. Push, 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 Purple Power. Any updates on SSI? Yeah, that's your update. $8,000. $8,000? Yes, $8,000. Any updates about plus-up checks? No. You're getting a couple $100 if you can get a full stimulus check. Here's your update. Here's your monthly stimulus checks. This is very plus up. It's plus, 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 plus every month. That's how plus it is. This is the single biggest payout you have ever seen on this channel, and you want to push, Purple Power. You want to push. Why? Good economic data came in today. Oh, boy, good economic data, and it wasn't just good, it was shocking. It was shocking. I literally, when I saw the unemployment number this morning, I paused and I just sort of stared at it. I'm like, do I know you? Are you a cousin of Sirloin's? I looked at this number, 576. I'm like, is that a typo? Is that really a typo? Wait a second. If you've been with me since April, you have seen unemployment claims released every Thursday morning. It's people newly on unemployment. People just started unemployment that week. Every week, it was just yesterday, I told you, every week has always been 700, 800, 900, 1 million. It was 1 million for 22 weeks. And then we thought, oh, wow, we got to 800,000. What a great achievement. It's still 800,000 people per week. We started the pandemic at 200,000 before COVID hit. It was 200,000 pre-COVID per week. And what did this week come in at? Be prepared to be shocked, or Vander's shocked. Here we go. Vander surprise. Look at this. 576,000 new unemployment claims last week. Wall Street was looking for 700,000. Well, of course, the week before that was almost 800,000. I mean, we dropped almost 300,000 in a week. This is the best number since March of 2020. It's just shocking. It's shocking how good this number has dropped. And if we look at the week before, it's just mind-blowing. Look at that number, and I'll show you the week before. 576 was released this morning. Here's the week before, 744. I mean, wow. Wall Street last week, looking for 694. We went to 744. We got worse. We went from 728 2 weeks ago, 744 last week, and then today we came in at 500,000+. It's just amazing. It's amazing. It's the best number since March of 2020. How about continuing unemployment claims? Boy, look at this. I mean, I want to show you my reaction so you see my face. I look at that, I'm like, I'm speechless. Last week's graphic for continuing unemployment claims, it showed we improved by 16,000. And I kept on saying that's flat. That's basically zero. You improved by 16,000. What's 16,000? Look at how we improved last week. 1.2 million. Oh my goodness. I mean, just look at this. We dropped 1 million people on continuing unemployment claims. These are continuing people on unemployment claims. This is what we're talking about. So when would these continuing unemployment claims drop to zero? Well, if it's 1 million a week, it's 16 weeks, obviously. But this shows the growth from nothing last week to 1 million. Could next week be 3 million? Could next week be 4 million? This is showing the incredible growth. Let's look at the state by state. California last week showed a surge of unemployment claims. This week showed a drop of nearly 100,000 claims. Virginia dropping 23,000. Texas dropping as well. I mean, it shows how quickly things are turning the tide quickly across the board. Other states not on that graphic include Ohio. Michael Pierce, senior U.S. economist at Capital Economics, reacted to the news this morning. I mean, you can react to the news. We can react to the news. It's pretty obvious how incredibly strong those numbers are. He says spending will almost certainly drop in April after some of the stimulus boost wears off. But with the vaccination rollout proceedings at rapid pace and household finances in strong shape, we expect overall consumption growth to continue to rebound rapidly in the second quarter, too. That's Michael Pierce, senior U.S. economist. Well, he's referring to both the unemployment number and the other big number that came out this morning. Are you ready for this one? I think this one is even more shocking than that number. I can't. I'm just going to show it to you. Look at this. Oh, wrong number. This one. Oh my God. Look at this. Last month, retail sales in the U.S. economy fell 3%. This week, they're expecting them, this month, they're expecting them to rise 6%. It didn't rise 6%. It rose 10%. Retail sales in the country fell 3% in February, even after people had that $600 stimulus check. But a lot of people got that $600 stimulus check by late January, started to spend in February. But by March, and this is before people really had the current $1,400 stimulus check. A lot of you just got it a few days ago. A lot of you just got it last week or just a few days ago. So this is not the $1,400 stimulus check driving this number. It showed retail sales up 10% in March. Imagine what April's going to be as people spend the $1,400. But are they going to spend the $1,400? Here's what you need to know when considering for stimulus. Forced stimulus is needed because it ultimately stimulates the economy. But forced stimulus will show its impact generally from that number next month. A new report from the Federal Reserve says that people are expected to save 41.6% of their third stimulus checks and spend 25% of it. The stimulus check last year, which was a whole different ball of wax then, consumers saved about 35% and spent about 30% of it. So this shows how the stimulus check really works. In a way, it's good news and support for those monthly stimulus checks. It shows that people did spend the checks and that retail sales grew up. Surge. You want retail sales to surge because it basically says people are spending the checks on the economy. I know there are some people that are taking the check and putting it in the bank and just putting it away. And some people are just buying cryptocurrency with it and not spending it. The US government wants to see you spending the check, whether it's paying bills off or paying for gas and supplies or buying anything. They want to see you spending the check. Well, this is great news for purposes of forced stimulus in a way because it shows that the second stimulus, the $600, still pushed spending into March. What's important to understand is that when you're looking at these unemployment numbers, you're looking at these retail sales numbers, they're delayed a little bit. So I told you last week the California numbers made no sense. Last week, California unemployment claims went up. But I said, we're reopening. It's because they're delayed. So everything takes about a week after to take an impact. The retail sales number is about a month back as well. And Larry Fink, BlackRock CEO, gave his input on today's numbers, saying it's incredibly bullish on the markets. You're right to be worried about our deficits, but I believe because of monetary stimulus, fiscal stimulus, cash on the sidelines, earnings, markets are okay. Markets can continue to be strong. Great news. So let's go back to that fourth stimulus and the push to get it out the door. You understand that forced stimulus is not necessarily supported if there is too much good news. So you want the stimulus to get done sooner rather than later. How soon? Well, you want it to get in that. You want to get it in that Congress right away. Remember, the president's not going to give you stimulus checks. The Republicans are not going to give you stimulus checks. This comes from House members and senators. They are the ones that ultimately write the bill. They're the ones that modify the bill, whether it's monthly until 2022's end or monthly to the end of this year. They want to give you those stimulus checks. And ultimately, this is the biggest payout you have ever seen from anything on this channel. Hashtag MSC, hashtag Purple Power. This is a individual check amount you're looking at. So as a family of four, you multiply this by 4. If it's a husband and wife, you multiply this by 2. These are possible numbers across the board. Wow. And that is just to start. The other big news that happened today and continues to happen is this man, Ron Wyden. He wants to give you $6,000. $6,000? Yes, $6,000 on top of that. So what is his concept? He has introduced a bill to the Senate that would pay you $250 a month for 6 months, or in other words, $6,000 total. Now, something I didn't make clear yesterday, it would be $6,000 per year, lifetime, as long as you need it. What is this? It's a replacement for PUA. In September, a lot of things are expiring, and they're not coming back. Eviction moratorium is likely to not be brought back. Mortgage foreclosure moratorium not coming back. PUA, PUC likely not coming back. So what he wants to do is have a replacement. And his replacement starts with an idea for those PUA people. If you are Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, Airbnb, electrician, plumber, anyone who is a 1099, not a W-2, not a Macy's employee, he wants you to have relief. Remember, in CARES Act 1, the first stimulus package created PUA that went live on April 28th, 3 days after this channel launched, so that you would have relief, because there is no relief for unemployment in the U.S. economy for sole practitioners. PUA was created for COVID. PUA is expiring in September. So his plan to have a PUA replacement, it would pay you $250 a week for as many weeks as you need, up to 6 months. And that would pay you $6,000 per year, per cycle. It's an incredible plan, and it's incredible the type of relief you need. And I like that he's thinking out of the box. He's thinking long term, we need fixes. And I agree. If you're unemployed, whether you are a W 2 or a 1099, you need relief. And guess what? If you need rent, utilities, food, you need to reach out to your city, county, and state ASAP. It's now landing. If you need help with mortgage assistance, property owner bills like homeowners, utility bills, and more, you need to reach out to your city, county, and state. Here in the city of Santa Monica, they just sent out an email last night that said that their city council just approved where third stimulus money is going to go for those type of homeowner or renter monies. It shows you their timeline. Just went live with it. They have not sent it out, but at least they've dedicated for where it goes. Things are starting to land. And if you need help with that, here are the volunteers that can explain to you how they can help you find that money. I'll be back in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join Lalate Daily for the excitement of the new Lalate live daily. The excitement starts on mornings Lalate at 9 a.m. Home Lalate returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons Lalate at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on Lalate. And we're back. Coming up later in this broadcast, we're going to go inside of really a car that could shake up the electric car industry. The EV industry could get a major shakeup with this vehicle. What is it? It's gorgeous, and I'll be detailing it to you in a second. And Sir Lloyd is watching and wondering if he should trade in the Cadillac. You know what the Cadillac runs on? It doesn't run on gas. It runs on milk. That's the cow humor. Thank you for joining me on Evenings LA. How are you doing? Great. Good. This is part of our new doubleheader of Evenings program. Coming up after this in 2 hours from now is the new exciting LA late night show. So that's coming up in about 2 hours after this. Don't miss that. It replaces the Hazard Pay programming time slot. So I'm so excited for you. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. If you've not become a member, consider becoming a member because, wow, if you did, you saw Ron Wyden's bill yesterday as soon as it debuted. I literally deliver the PDFs as soon as a major bill hits. Also say hi. I'm in the live chat. Hey, is that him? I think I recognize him. Hi, how are you? Let's get back to the breaking news. The other breaking news as we start today is that the President of the United States is set to unveil the findings of Miguel Cardona's report. And what is that report? And who is Miguel Cardona? Miguel Cardona is your head of education. And he is your education secretary. And Miguel Cardona was dispatched by the President of the United States 2 weeks ago to prepare a report. And in that report to determine whether the President can forgive student loan debt by executive order. And that announcement, I have told you, would come today, but maybe it'll come tomorrow. I'm reporting that Miguel Cardona's memo is due tomorrow. It's been 2 weeks to determine whether the president can forgive $50,000 of student loan debt by executive order. I believe he can. Elizabeth Warren says Obama did it and Trump did it and the president can do it. Well, a new report out from Elizabeth Warren late yesterday, Democrat from Massachusetts, senator, revealed that 36 million Americans would be impacted by this ruling, by this executive order. What does this mean? If you have student loan debt, you can't buy a house. You may not be able to buy a house, may not be able to start a business, may not be able to buy a car. This could change the landscape. The wiping out of $50,000 of student loan debt immediately by executive order could free up 36 million Americans who could then start a business, go out and buy a house, spur the economy, and start spending. Their restrictions upon them because of the student loan debt has blocked their economic spending in this economy. So it's a big determination, and the president's going to have to make it, and that announcement is just around the corner. Meantime, also making big news is the excitement about business assistance. And business assistance is heating up in a way we had not seen before. I'll have that a little bit in a second. But let's cut back to that monthly stimulus check and that big money at issue. Look at this money. This is the biggest money, and Purple Power, you need to do your thing. You need to push, 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 because ultimately the president's not going to give you a stimulus check, and the Republicans are not going to. The senators and the House members are going to do it. How does this happen? Let me explain. The President of the United States doesn't write the bill. He's the head of the executive branch. He's not a legislator, although he's a former legislator and certainly wants to be sort of the eyes and ears of the situation. He's going to make a proposal. Ultimately, it's going to go through two steps if it goes by reconciliation. Step one is it's simply a bill to say, hey, do you want to do a reconciliation? Yes. It starts in the House of Representatives, and it goes to Nancy Pelosi to prepare a bill that says, yes, we want to do a reconciliation. Then it goes off to the Senate, and then the senators agree, yes, we'll do a reconciliation. Then the president signs the bill for reconciliation into law. Then they finally have an agreement they're doing a reconciliation. There's no substance to it yet. Then they go back and they start on step two. On step two, they put in there what they want. It's at step two that the House Democrats who want to give stimulus checks now until pandemic plus 1 year, they could do it then. You hope they do it then, because ultimately it starts the narrative. If they don't worry, because when it lands in the Senate, then the senators will put those monthly stimulus checks in there. Ron Wyden, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Chuck Schumer, all these people have been plotting to do this. And they didn't just plot on this yesterday. These are among the items that they've been plotting if the House members, like this person, doesn't get it put in at the House level. And then when it lands in the Senate, then by recon, away they go. 21 of 50 so far. Speed is of an issue. Speed is the issue to get it done. Really exciting news. Meantime, if you have a business and you've been impacted by the pandemic, well, I have great news for you. The EIDL grant is being paid out from 2020. The remainder of the $10,000 EIDL grant is being sent out. You watch your email inbox for that SBA invite to get the remainder of $10,000 EIDL grant. It's not going in chronological order, and it's going out randomly with no organization to it. March to May applicants were first in applying. Yes, and then July came in later. You would assume that March to May get the email first. No, I have July people getting the email already. Second, if you've already gotten the email and you submitted documentation in February 2021, if you responded to the email and responded in February and have not heard anything, one of the volunteers this channel mentors tells me inside information that she has heard that the February emails are now in a vortex again. Another vortex? No. Yes, another vortex. If you responded to the $10,000 EIDL advance email in around February and haven't heard anything, and you've responded, you're stuck in another vortex. They know there's a vortex this time, however, so they are getting to it, and it should be fixed in the next few days. Meantime, let's look at this exciting, wonderful deliciousness. What is this thing? Oh my goodness. This is the car that could change the EV market. Look at that screen. What is that thing? It's just stunning. Well, this is the car that many think that could rechange the reaction to electric cars. What is it? It's the new Mercedes-Benz rolled out today to media. It's the Mercedes-Benz EQS. It's a 2022 model unveiled Thursday. And it'll be part of the S-Class family. Mercedes-Benz CEO had the following statement obtained by LA Today. The EQS is designed to exceed the expectations of our most discerning customers. That's exactly what a Mercedes has to do to earn the S-Class in its name. But we don't take the awarding that letter lightly. The reaction is that it's an anti-Tesla. That while the Tesla itself has a very bland, monochromatic interior, when you only see a flat screen, this is where you see a flat screen across the entire car. Literally, the entire car. The automaker has not released pricing for the car, but the vehicle literally looks like a futuristic spacecraft. It features a single 56-inch curved glass surface. Wow. Yes, you're looking at a 56-inch curved glass interior surface. And it's just incredible. And it also includes a passenger screen that only the passenger sees, not the driver. There's a lot of screens to see there. The pricing on the model has not been released, but insiders believe it'll have a starting price of around $100,000. The S-Class currently is being rolled out at $94,000 and up, going to upwards of $160,000. Stunning. Really stunning. I love the innovative idea, and certainly the front grille is interesting. What do you think about the inside? Drop in the comments right now. What do you think about the inside? Do you like the futuristic screen that is so encompassing at 56 inches, or do you like the very basic Tesla? I think this is spectacular. Meantime, thank you for joining me on the new extended programming schedule, and it continues tonight. As you're watching Evenings LA right now at 8 p.m. Pacific Eastern Standard Time, guess what? We have a new show coming up at LA Late Night, which is at 10 p.m., 2 hours from now. It's our new late night programming schedule. LA Late Night is going to be a little bit of laughs and a lot of fun and a lot of information. So guess who may make an appearance? Hold your scarf. It's a new show every night on LA Late Night. Meantime, we're keeping our new afternoon show in place. You've been liking that. That's been 6 p.m. right before this show. You've been liking that time slot. The rest of our programming lineup stays the same. Mornings at 12 noon, noontime at about 2 p.m., and afternoons at 4 p.m. That's our first afternoon show before we go into our late afternoon schedule. What a big day it is, and away we go. Get your futuristic car. Get ready to trade in the Cadillac. No one's driving anything on milk. They went electric, you know. Sirloin, you got to get with it. You're just behind on the... When you see Sirloin drive up to the casino in electric, you know we're changing the tides. Thank you for joining me on a big night of Evenings LA. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Casino VIP. I'll see you in 2 hours from now. And get ready for some laughs, get ready for some information, and get ready for some more. As LA Late Night kicks up into high gear coming up after this. With that, thank you for joining me on Evenings LA, and I'll see you back in just a little bit. Stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling, never lose hope, and always stay positive and keep on pushing. And have a great evening.